It's 9:50 p.m. on a Tuesday, and you're standing in the checkout line at a hardware store with a single box of drywall screws in your hand. Total, $6.42. The man behind you wears a navy suit and a watch that catches the fluorescent light every time he checks the time, which he does twice in under a minute. He looks at your scuffed boots, your jacket with the torn pocket seam, and decides he already knows everything about you. He's wrong. In your pocket is a phone. On that phone is a number with 7 digits in front of the decimal. You have never told anyone what it is. You are not going to start tonight. This is how a person gets here, and why almost nobody ever notices it happening.
You are 24. Your name is Sam. 2 desks over sits another Sam. Same start date, same orientation packet, same stapled badge photo where you both look slightly alarmed. Your salary is $46,000. By the 13th day of every pay period, the direct deposit has quietly evaporated into rent, a car payment, and the $14 salad everyone in the office buys because everyone else buys it. You're not broke. If someone asked, you'd say you're doing fine. You are also one transmission repair away from a problem you can't actually solve. The other Sam signs a lease on a downtown loft that month. Rooftop pool, exposed brick, rent that eats 55% of his take-home pay. The break room tells him he's living the dream. You do the math on your own numbers and feel something hollow in your chest because you are working 50 hours a week and your net worth is a flat, humiliating 0.
Then an email from HR lands about benefits enrollment. You almost delete it. On page 3, in a font 2 sizes smaller than the rest, it says the company will match retirement contributions up to 4%. You enroll that night. Not because you understand compounding yet, because free money sitting on a table you're not at feels like the dumbest kind of poor. You open a brokerage account the same week. 20 minutes, mostly spent squinting at a beneficiary form. You set an automatic transfer of $250 every payday before you can see the money and decide you need it more than your future does. You write one number on a blank index card, the amount that would let you stop selling your hours forever, and slide it behind your driver's license where nobody will ever look. You tell absolutely no one. There's nothing to tell. The card just has a number on it. The account just has $250 in it.
Nobody noticed. There was nothing yet to notice. You are 27. Your salary has climbed to $59,000. For almost everyone at that income, a raise means a bigger apartment or a nicer car. You make a quieter decision. You pretend the raise never happened and route the entire difference into the brokerage account before it touches checking. You're investing almost $1,000 a month now. You still drive the same sedan with the scratch on the bumper. 5 t-shirts, 2 pairs of jeans, same modest apartment. At a Friday happy hour, the other Sam announces he just upgraded to a German sports sedan. Payments are steep, he laughs, but you have to invest in your image. Heads turn to you. What about you, man? Still driving that old thing? You take a sip of your beer and say it gets you from A to B. You watch the pity land on their faces, soft and certain. They've decided you're falling behind. You let them keep the theory. It costs you nothing and covers you completely.
Driving home that night, the weight of it actually lands. It's easy to save money with no social life. It's brutal to do it while sitting at the table, choosing on purpose to look like the poorest person in the room. The discipline isn't the hard part. The silence is. You are 32. 8 years of the same unglamorous routine. The transfer leaves, the index fund buys, the market does whatever it wants. Twice in those 8 years, it drops more than 15% in a season. Your friends check their portfolios 3 times a day during those weeks and eventually sell at a loss to protect what's left. You do something harder. Nothing. The transfers keep running. You bought groceries on sale your whole life, you treat a crash the same way. One night you check the balance to log it, like always. $112,400. You don't celebrate, but you understand something has shifted. At a 7% return, that money now throws off more in a year than your entire starting salary once did. You're no longer the only engine pulling this thing forward.
That same season, the other Sam's rent jumps $400 on renewal, and his sports car needs $1,800 in brake work he wasn't budgeting for. He's earning more than he ever has, and is somehow more afraid than he's ever been, trapped in a cage with very nice upholstery. You are 35. A Thursday in November, the specific silence that precedes a reorganization. The email lands at 9:02 a.m. By noon, a third of your department is standing in the parking lot holding identical cardboard boxes. It isn't about performance. The company needed a smaller number on a spreadsheet, and 30 people became that number. The other Sam is by his car, hands shaking, trying to fit his box in the trunk. His income just went to zero. His rent, his lease, his card balances did not. He is staring straight into the kind of math that doesn't forgive you for having good taste.
You're holding your own box. Your roll got cut too. Your heart rate doesn't move. Your portfolio sits at $340,000. Your emergency fund holds 12 months of actual expenses, sitting quietly in a high-yield account where nobody at that happy hour ever thought to look. You don't need a job by Friday. You don't need to take the first lowball offer just to avoid a gap on a resume. You drive home and take a walk in the park near your apartment, and for the first time in 11 years, you let yourself notice that everyone who pitied your car is currently in a state of genuine structural panic, and you are not.
You are 38. You've gone back to work, but on your own terms now. Smaller company, full autonomy. Less money than you could get elsewhere. Work that's actually interesting. On an ordinary Tuesday, you log in to check a dividend payout, and the number on the screen is $720,000. You pull the index card out from behind your license. The number you wrote at 24 was $700,000, enough to throw off $28,000 a year at a 4% withdrawal rate, which is exactly your baseline cost of living. You've crossed the line you set for yourself 14 years ago, in 20 minutes, on a random night, mostly thinking about a beneficiary form. Nobody runs out to hand you anything. Delivery trucks keep driving past. You make a cup of coffee that costs about 11 cents, and you don't post a single word about it anywhere.
Which is how you end up here again. Checkout line, drywall screws, $6.42. A man in a navy suit deciding what your boots and your jacket mean about your life. He's not wrong that you look like you're losing. He's wrong about everything underneath it. You see him again, actually, 18 months later, at a reunion-style work event you almost skipped. He's the one in line behind you that night, it turns out. Same company, different department. Small world. Smaller still when you realize he's the one holding court near the bar, showing 3 people his watch, turning his wrist a little more than necessary so the light catches it right. Someone asks what it costs, and he says, "More than I want to admit." The kind of laugh that wants a second question. Nobody asks. He moves on to find someone with a bigger answer.
Someone asks what you've been up to. Same job, can't complain. They nod the way people nod when an answer doesn't give them anything to chew on, and the conversation moves to someone louder. That's fine. You didn't come here to be interesting. You drive home past the dealership, the new trucks lit up under the lot lights, the kind of trucks that get comments at parties. You don't slow down. Not because you can't afford one, because somewhere around year 11, you stopped needing the comments to know you were okay. Nobody at that party knows your number. Nobody at that checkout line knows it either. The card behind your license has gone soft and yellow at the corners from being carried for 14 years, and you've never once needed to take it out and prove anything to anyone holding it.
Somewhere tonight, a 24-year-old just got a benefits email from HR. They're about to delete it. They've seen 3 of these before and never read past the first line.
They don't know page 3 has one sentence on it that quietly rewrites the next 14 years. They don't know about the loft they'll never lease, or the line at the hardware store where a stranger in a nice suit will look right through them and be completely, confidently wrong. They open the email. They start reading. Nobody's going to notice. That was always the whole point.